up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And tonight I'll be bringing you late night boxing talk. It's been a while, fellas. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. And we're gonna get into some boxing talk. To talk about. We have a lot to talk about. But first, should I fight or walk around with the shot? And that should never be a question. Ain't no cop gonna stop me. I'm getting tired watching mothers picking up their kids' bodies. In the world full of madness, for killers a hobby. That's what's up, man. Piece of Tupac. You know what I mean? And just basically, I'll tell you right now, man. Boxing has been straight comedic. All I can say is those that have been uploading off of and making videos off of what every boxer and has said in interviews for like the past 2.5 weeks. This is why I held off, because I've been noticing there's a lot of contradiction going on with these fighters in interviews, and there's a lot of shit being said by a lot of fans that don't belong there, and there's a lot of shit that you guys are still on that make no fucking sense. Now some of yous are cool, some of yous we have no problem, but I just don't understand your point of fucking view. Even when explained. Is it perhaps that maybe the subjects that you guys hit make no fucking sense because it holds no foundation? I don't know what the fuck it is, but I've been saying it all along, and everybody's now all of a sudden coming out with it like if they were the fucking founders of what was being said way back by me. So it's all good, but first let's get this shit out the fucking way with this Manny Pacquiao ducking Terrence Crawford. You know, I do have to say that, you know, Michael Kant, he's a fucking idiot, because, you know, saying that he didn't like Crawford's style and you know, to me sounds like a duck, you know, but he's not fighting, so it's not really a fucking duck. To me it sounds more or less like the kid's a threat. I don't think Pacquiao can handle this kid just right now. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I feel. Oh shit, my cigarette's on. I think that's exactly what it is. I feel that very much, guys. I feel that very much. You know, I don't think it's much. It's as much as Manny ducking. You know what I mean? Or Crawford ducking. It's just, you know what I mean? They must feel that he's very competitive, so they're gonna say it just like that. And it's kind of fucked up because it makes one look like a fucking pussy. It does. It does. But we all know it's not a fucking duck. You know what I mean? You know, he's going to be fighting Jesse Vargas. Congratulations to Jesse Vargas. I feel that Jesse Vargas deserves to fight. Yes, I do. It's just the fact that he had problems with Bradley. You see? So he's not going to look like no goddamn Brandon Rios, I'll tell you that much. He's not going to look like no Brandon Rios. And he's definitely not going to look like an Algieri. But I just feel he's going to be about maybe, he'll be a bit more intense than Bradley. You know what I mean? Because Vargas can do his thing. You know, I don't feel that anyone should criticize this match. I don't feel, because to tell you the truth, Jesse Vargas has been wanting Timothy Bradley. Who the fuck want to see Vargas defend the strap against Timothy Bradley? Think about this now. And Timothy Bradley, one of the pound for pound best of today, right? Jesse Vargas, but the thing with Jesse Vargas is
You know, it's just a lackluster. They're not pushing him well. You know, at least in your standards, in your politics, you know, in your politics. But as a fighter, you know, the kid has a lot of grit, and he needs to come forward. You know, and he needs to step up. Now, if he fights Pacquiao, and he beats Pacquiao on some decision shit, then I tell you right now, Jesse Vargas, you know, will be more respected than he is now by some of us that actually believe in him. The kid has power, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be ready for an elite Manny. You know, especially at this age where it's more up here than it is physicality. So Manny alone is just gonna set traps that that young man has never seen before. You know what I mean? Now, with this Ward and this Brand fight that just passed, I had given everyone my prediction, which was, of course, Andre Ward. Now, if you didn't go for Andre Ward, then obviously nothing racial about what I'm about to say, but obviously you don't know shit about boxing. I would have to say that, and it's not a dick ride with the, you know what I'm saying, with the straddle. It's just the truth. Like, you know, if you went for Brand, obviously you went for Brand without knowing any facts about Brand. You know, as well as I'm more than sure no one has ever seen Brand throw hands as much. Now with Andre Ward, leaving out the Super Sixes, that was fucking years ago. Leaving out that fact, I would have to say that his accomplishments matters today. Yes, he hasn't lost since he was 12. Okay, clap, clap, big fucking deal. You know, but my question, and it's going to remain until that fight happens, is what business? And then he won a light heavyweight strap, fighting a fucking super middleweight, right? But my whole thing here is, what exactly did Brand do to warm Kovalev up? I mean, to warm Ward up. Yeah, I see. That was a glorified sparring match. That's all that was. It was a glorified sparring match. Anybody else that calls it anything else, you're being fucking stupid and biased and ignorant and all that shit with a cherry on top. You gotta stop it. Put the lotion in the fucking bucket. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward did what he was supposed to do. Now, with the part where I hear people saying, just like they did with Crawford, Crawford should knock Postol out. Now they're saying, Ward, how come Ward didn't knock Brand out? Well, Ward is not a big power puncher. And this is exactly why I say that I'm going for Kovalev in this fight. Because to me, he was supposed to prepare with a light heavyweight, not a super fucking middleweight. That's number one. Okay? It's fucking evident and obvious that a fucking super middleweight is not gonna hit you as hard as a fucking light heavy or give you the same work, right? So everybody that's flabbergasted and Ward looked wonderful. Hey, Ward looked the way he was supposed to look against a super fucking middleweight. I don't see a big deal. My question is, what the fuck did he actually learn, or you know, what did he gain off this fight with Brand? A super fucking middleweight, had a glorified sparring match. So what now? My answer will be, I will have my answer come that fight, because I have to see exactly what was the reason for him taking this fucking soft ass fight. Now Kovalev, at least he had a harder fight against a legit light heavyweight. So Kovalev is a bit more prepared. On top of that, he was fighting hard before Ward, and especially with the Ward's layoff. That's another reason why I say that his layoffs are going to be to a point where it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna have anything to hold Kovalev off. You guys can, you know what I'm saying? You know, you guys can hope on, you know, you guys can hope on, you know, the combinations and stuff like that. But if you got no power You know, you can have speed. You can, a jab can interrupt, but that's the whole thing, though. You know, you've got a soft jab going against a hard jab, which is going to be Kovalev's stiff ass fucking hard jab. If it comes in singles or multiples, it really doesn't matter. The whole point here is that I just hope that everybody sees the physics as to what's going to happen in this match. You know what I mean? There's a possibility that Andre Ward may get very hurt in this fucking match. You know what I'm saying? His body is not calloused to catch a light heavyweight's fucking, especially one of an elite Sergey Kovalev, a fucking champion in the division. The best pound for pound. What do you, I mean, I like Ward, don't get me wrong, but he's not going to have anything to hold him off. He may have some combinations, he might fight off the back foot, might be evasive, but at the same time, you guys have fallen asleep on Kovalev too. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy, whether you want to give him props for taking out Bernard Hopkins or not, but Bernard Hopkins was one of the best in the game at the time. Am I right or am I fucking wrong? So, he took out one of the pound for pound best and a legend. So, at the same time, Kovalev can fight, man. So, it's just the inactivity and the power. You know what I mean? Ward is very, very, very skilled. Take nothing away from Ward. I just feel that he should have taken on a light heavyweight. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? You know, Frampton said no to a fight with Rigo. Okay? You know, he says that Rigo's boring, he doesn't sell, blah, blah, blah. And that's the fucking problem here. You see that? That's the problem there. But yet, a lot of people are not understanding that, okay, when these fighters start talking about numbers, they contradict themselves. You see what I mean? Because you've got Rigondeaux signed to Rock Nation, who is more than able to produce millions of dollars if they needed it for a fucking fight like that. And he doesn't produce money. If you guys sign a contract for a fight and you guys are getting 4 or 5 million each, right, which would be more than what you got, you probably get about maybe what, 900,000. I'm just throwing figures out there, right? Let's just say 1.2, right? Because that'll be a great fight, you know. And people are sleeping on Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, when he was with Top Rank, he was doing well in Macau, China. Undercards on pay-per-views. He was doing well. People knew him, regardless of his wins, 15 fights, 16 fights. It really doesn't fucking matter. It's just to the point that he's known already. And there's a lot of guys that should have been fighting Rigondeaux. They're fucking ducking. And now you guys want to reverse it because I guess it's the color of his skin. I don't know what the fuck it is. I really don't know what to fucking clue it on anymore. You know what I mean? I really just don't know what to clue it on anymore. So I'm just going to go on and say that you guys are very biased towards Guillermo Rigondeaux because you guys know that he's very dangerous and a hazard to your fighter. So this is what you guys decide to do. You guys decide to fucking sham a man who's fucking, what, almost in his mid-fucking 30s? But guess what? Fear not. He's moving up. He's moving up. So what are you guys going to do? Move up even more? Okay, keep running. Because that's exactly what you guys are doing. That's exactly what you guys are doing. And Santa Cruz and Frampton, you guys had a great match. Great match. Possibly the match of the year. Could be a candidate. Who knows? It's just a point. Well, it's definitely a candidate for a match of the year. But could be match of the year. Who knows? Because we still got a couple of more matches coming up. So they could produce more fucking sparks and fireworks than this one. But I'm just saying, you guys had a great match. So, what's the problem? What's the problem? If you aren't ducking, and now that it's been proven that the money can be given because he signed a Rock Nation and they could, I mean, what's the problem? What's the problem? You and Santa Cruz did some politics and some shit, and they made him stay on the sideline, and they used him, to give him back his fucking strap. He just finished breaking a dude's jaw in the fucking second round, and he's still calling you guys out, even Lomachenko. What's going on? You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. But I just feel that Guys that win straps should step the fuck up. Because if you don't, you won't be considered a champion. You'll just be considered a title holder. Mikey Garcia, man, he had a good fight. And he has a good future. To me, I want to see him up against big names in his division. It's just, I need him to trim down just a little more. You know what I mean? He seemed a little heavy on his feet. But he looked great. You know, and I just hope that his brother doesn't let him fuck himself up behind the politics and sound like the rest of these Crayola Crayon fighters. You know what I mean? You know, this is something that I'm just asking for what? And it's a match that's being talked about. And I hope it doesn't come into fruition. I hope it's not made at all. And this is it's Miguel Cotto versus James Kirkland. Exactly. Fucking crickets. I don't want to see the fight. There's no reason to see this fight. I think Miguel Cotto has one more fight left in him. James Kirkland has no fight left in him. I think James Kirkland needs to just chill out. You know what I'm saying? And just don't box anymore, my brother. Anybody who still wants to see James Kirkland fight is basically part of that group and that demographic that just don't give a fuck about fighters, man. And I refuse to be part of that demographic. I say the same thing with Brandon Rios. You know what I'm saying? And there are a couple more, Devon Alexander. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them that need to chill the fuck out. You've had a lot of knuckle sandwiches. You know, Lomachenko and Salido too, and you know, okay, no doubt. But then at the same time, you've got Rigondeaux calling him out. Now a lot of Lomachenko fans are like a lot of biased fans that are following their boxers and don't want to hear shit. So they switch stories around and they're still stuck on the way they were supposed to make the last Lomachenko fight. But there are a lot of facts that you guys don't fucking know about the last fucking fight. That they both agreed that, you know what, we're not going to fight now. See, you guys don't know that shit. So you guys are going around calling Rigondeaux a coward, but meanwhile Rigondeaux is making motherfuckers move up. So you guys got to stop it. And I'm not a Rigondeaux lover. I'm not a Rigondeaux fucking fanatic. You know what I'm saying? I do follow the man because I follow the sport. I just feel it's not fair. And there are a lot of boxers out there that are not being treated fair. I've already given you my list of legacy fighters that are going to pull these fucking diva fucking boxers' skirts up. And it's happening. Spence Jr., should I say, Errol Spence Jr. is going to be going up against Badu. It's coming up. And, you know, some laugh at the notion that Badu will test Spence Jr. I'm going to tell you something right now. You know, at the age of 40, probably what, 42 now, right? 41. One loss. On top of that, he tested the shit out of Thurman. So, I do have a lot of faith in Errol Spence Jr. The kid he's crafty, skilled, but I'm not gonna sleep on Bundu either. I'm not gonna sleep on Bundu either, cause Bundu is a switch hitter. See, that's what he did to Thurman and fucked Thurman's whole game plan up for a bit and fucked his whole head up. And even Thurman said it. Go back, check, it's there. Thurman said it. Thurman said, yeah, you know, he switched up a southpaw on me and I just sort of lost a beat for a couple of rounds. You know what I mean? And we all know Thurman's a smart fighter. So what do you think he's going to do to Errol Spence? What do you think? Errol Spence is coming with a couple of body shots and that's it and doing Algieri to him? You got to stop it. You know. And, you know, it's just basically at 40, I just see him as still competitive. Errol Spence Jr., good luck to you. And I just have to say, if Errol Spence Jr. gets past this match, this man here, Bundu, in a convincingly fashion, a lot of guys are going to run. A lot of guys are gonna run. I said it here, late night boxing talk with J.Cotto, and I just see that happening if he does him in a convincing fashion, you know. Now Daniel Jacobs and Sergio Mora 2 will happen, and I see this as boring and unnecessary, and will be the best it can. I mean, the match will be the best it could be, right? I mean, you know, Jacobs just needs to step it up. When he beat pound for pound champ, ex-champ Peter Quillen. And by the way, where the fuck is Peter Quillen? What happened? Daniel Jacobs, to me, has failed me, man. I feel he failed me. He's become a prize fighter, not a legacy fighter. He wanted to fight Gennady Golovkin, and another dude that priced himself out. It's not fair to us boxing fans. But it's all about safety, right? Right? It's all about being comfortable and having something after you finish fighting, right? But just imagine this, Mr. Jacobs. Imagine we stop watching you. Imagine you become lackluster to us. Then what happens? What will you have? Nothing. Simply because you have shown us nothing. Like the rest of them that will have nothing. And I'm speaking to the ones that have grown the grapefruits enough to say, you know what, I don't give a fuck how excited they call it the next day or what I've missed. I'm not watching it. That's how you do it. You know, Daniel Jacobs to me has a lot of potential. And to me, I also thought that Daniel Jacobs was going to be the one that was actually going to be able to give Triple G some problems. Daniel Jacobs has the tools. He's not Willie Mongoose Jr. No disrespect. He's not a Rubio. He's, you know, and another thing you got to look at is if Kell Brook gives Gennady Golovkin problems, even though Gennady Golovkin knocks him the fuck out, even though if Trips G knocks Special K the fuck out, it still doesn't matter. Because if Kell Brook, a welterweight, gave him problems and tapped him up, imagine a middleweight, a legit middleweight in Daniel Jacobs with the speed and the power he possesses. Imagine him coming at Gennady Golovkin the way he did Peter Quillen. Did not let Peter Quillen set up whatsoever. Just imagine that, guys. Come on. I like Trips G. I really do. You know what I mean? But it's about Daniel Jacobs now. The potential in Daniel Jacobs. So let's not become biased. I don't want to see no motherfucking nobody. Oh yeah, no. Calm the fuck down. Put your titties back in the bra. Relax. I'm just saying, Daniel Jacobs has that potential. Those that got the eye can see, and you guys know, Daniel Jacobs has the potential to give Gennady Golovkin one hell of a fight and possibly dethrone the champ. It could happen. It could happen. We never know. Now, this broke my heart, man. See, Luis King Kong Ortiz, he wants to bounce from Golden Boy Promotions. Okay, he pulled out of the Ustinov fight because of certain politics. And the WBA still orders the fight. But Ortiz wants the fuck out. Now, I don't know what the fuck Oscar de la Hoya is doing. Okay, but yo, Pepe, chill. It's not about Canelo. And I feel that he's not promoting a lot of fucking fighters that deserve to be pushed, because he's concentrating on making Canelo the face of boxing, which will never happen, because the face of boxing, if you look at it, the face of boxing, and it's not even Floyd Mayweather nor Pacquiao, the face of boxing was him. The last face of boxing was Oscar De La Hoya. It does matter that he's Mexican too, by the way. But at the same time, I can't say that a lot of fighters that are Hispanic have been the face of boxing. But at the same time, see, like in the case of Danny Garcia, he could have been the face of boxing a long time ago and represented the Puerto Ricans, right? Us Puerto Ricans. But at the same time, when you look at his career and the way he's paving it, nobody's going to stand behind somebody like that, especially if they know they fucking boxing, especially if they love boxing. Then there's a lot of people that didn't stand behind Floyd because of that, because he didn't take the road. He tried to go around and make shortcuts, and you just can't do it. I've said it before. Boxing has his own natural course. To intervene is to face disaster in the sport. And we've seen a lot of disasters in the sport. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't stop the inevitable. King Kong Ortiz, man, he's a big threat to a lot of motherfuckers in the heavyweight division, regardless of his age. Huge threat. Cuban style boxing. Fights off the back foot for a big man. Agile. Very evasive. Counterpuncher. And when he hits it's in combinations. And has the power. Dude. Guys. Whether you're Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Spaniard, it doesn't matter. We're all a community. We need to start talking to our fighters and telling them to step the fuck up. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, you have to understand that doing shit like this, and especially that the heavyweight division is coming back to upset a boxer, and you know, King Kong Ortiz has a right to be upset, because he's been railroaded a while back. A while fucking back. Especially when he had his fucking his hair had a lighter hue and shit, a lighter color, right? It's like people weren't recognizing him because they were stuck on one motherfucker, or two motherfuckers, right? But then now that that's off there, people, oh wow, King Kong Ortiz. But King Kong, if you look at his record, he's been knocking motherfuckers out. He's been undefeated. He's been doing his fucking thing. Just like Chocolatito Gonzalez. So people have to understand that it's there's fault, but it's just that fault. Because at the end of the day, it's someone's own fault as to the reason why they didn't become what they were supposed to become. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo, to me, I think has sold out twice already. And it's Oscar De La Hoya. From what I see, that's holding Hispanic fighters, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, the ones that he has signed under his banner, his stable. He's holding them back. All to push Canelo. All to push Canelo. And then some of us wonder why Al Heyman has about, what, 300 and something fucking fighters in his stable. Come on, man. You know, you gotta understand, man. You know, people are bugging the fuck out. You know, Ward Kovalev is still going on. I'm waiting for that. There are no changes. It's gonna go on November 19th, 2016. Now, I'm starting to get a little shift as to calling the same call I called with the Povetkin Wilder fight as to it not even making it to the ring. I'm two more fuckeries and that's it. The first fuckery was today where they had a press conference, he didn't even show up. Ward, that is. Yeah, it's there. Look it up. Kid you not. Brandon Rios says that he's ready for anyone and would knock Miguel Cotto out. I say hashtag delusional. Hashtag looking for a payday. And if you're looking for a payday, Brandon Rios, stop it, man. Stop it. Miguel Cotto is no slouch, bro. He's no fucking slouch. And if Miguel Cotto puts his hands on you, there's nothing you can do to Cotto. You won't catch him. Not saying you're a punching bag, but at the same time, you've taken more than enough, bro. And people that say that they want to see, fans that say that they want to see Brandon Rios fight, I say the same thing I said about James Kirkland. You are the ones that fall in the demographic as to not caring for fighters. The kid is slurring. I mean, it's terrible, man. You know, I've already, many videos back, I've already expressed my feelings towards Brandon Rios not fighting anymore. Now, before I go, I just have two more things to say. One, David Haye, you a bitch ass motherfucker, son. You a bitch. And I'm gonna just let this be right on you for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you done fucked up.
What a feeling just to see us unite. The only time we get together is when we fighting the crisis. They don't like it, we know the truth and they see it coming. When it's the rights of St. Luke, fight back, had enough of running. Lord, praying my words roam across the globe. We making life even harder just to carry our soul. Trayvon and Mike Brown, hope you hear me now. Before you see me in heaven, we'll burn this down.
Now, you're talking shit about fight fans will love your next fight. It's going to be an exciting fight. I'm going to tell you like this. And on behalf of the hashtag Come Back to Boxing movement, I'm just going to tell you like this. If it ain't Briggs, I don't give a fuck who you fighting. I don't give a fuck. It could be Anthony Joshua. I don't care who the fuck you're fighting. You know why? Because you have no honor. And I don't give a fuck about any fucking David Haye fan right now that wants to defend him and be his knickers. You know what I'm saying? Be his panties, his knickers. You could do that. Do that. But I'm going to tell you like this. I don't give a fuck who you fight if it ain't Briggs. You made Briggs take a CAT scan. On top of that, you came out and told him to fight under your undercard. And he did that. He chased you in the Frampton Santa Cruz fight. And you ran. And you ran. And the whole arena they were clowning you, Raggedy Andy. They were clowning you. What happened? I'm going to let this be right on. Now, Briggs came out with Killer Cameron, and Cameron was screaming on you. Briggs already screaming on you and screaming on you even more. You came out with your curly hairs. Hey, David Hay fans, your boy deserves all the fucking attention, all the fucking ridicule, everything. He deserves it. He deserves all that shit. You know why he deserves all that shit? I'm gonna tell you why he deserves all that shit after I let this motherfucking song ride on him.
A revolutionary mind, how can we gain the peace? Another man down, but the violence never cease. Let's stop the genocide's a problem for years. It hurts my heart to see my own kind killing our peers.
Now, this is why. You made the man take a CAT scan. The man was pressing you. Came to each and every fucking press conference that you had. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. And what did you do? Ah, he crazy. Take a CAT scan. My friend, take a CAT scan. What the fuck, David? What the fuck? The man took a fucking CAT scan, and now all fucking sudden, you're acting like some dirty knuckers? What the fuck is going on, Mr. Hyde? Then you say, fight under my undercar, and we'll see what you got. Mr. Briggs did more than fucking advance, and what did you guys decide to do? You and your fucking team, what did you guys decide to do? This is that bullshit. This is that bullshit. And David Hay is just, and I'm gonna call him now, and I expect each and every one of you fucking awesome dudes out there that follow hashtag come back to boxing or just happen to come by my fucking page. We are now calling these type fighters political fighters. Yes, the ones that want more money, the ones that price themselves out, the ones that say do this and do that, but then they don't give us the fucking match or the match that they fucking wanted or we wanted. That's what we're calling them, political fighters. That's it. It is what it is. You guys are fucking finished. Now, the last thing I want to say is to all of those that are following this political campaign between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. I just gotta say this, man. If you guys know what's going on with this Armageddon spiritual war thing, right? I'm just gonna let you know like this. It was said in the scriptures, right, that the whore of Babylon, right? Well, the whore of Babylon is Hillary Clinton. Hashtag the end is near, guys. That's the whore of Babylon. If you don't know what that is, before you put anything stupid in the comment section, look up that. Look that up. The whore of Babylon. And you will see exactly why I say this. Hillary Clinton is the whore of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? I almost believe the smear campaign as well that they had on Trump. You know, the border comment, the con gentleman coming out speaking against Trump about his son. And basically, to me, that was all theatrics and disrespect. You know, when he should have known that Hillary is the one that killed his son because she voted for the war. Trump was totally against the fucking war. Then they come at him and he felt like he had to use his sons for the because he felt like he had to tell Trump you didn't know anything about the Constitution of the United States of America. But it then come to find out that Trump has given millions of dollars to help disabled veterans. So And he praised him as well. So to me, that was all theatrics and disrespect, as well as you know, just sabotaging and the media bias as well. See, because I'm one that I'm not going for Trump, but I can see the media bias. I can see everything that they're trying to do to this man, just to make sure that this crazy fucking psychotic serial killer named Hillary Clinton gets into office. This shit is fucking crazy. Now, before you put anything stupid in my comment section, your comment section, right? Look it up. Look up all the look up the Clinton murders. Look all that shit up. I've been explaining to you guys that ever since I made a flat Earth theory fucking video as well. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I did that, I began hacking. To this day, I have fucking programs that are from overseas in Iran from YouTube in my fucking watched history list that I have never even fucking bothered seeing. I never even clicked on those fucking videos, and no one knows my password to get into my motherfucking channel. So it's fucking weird, huh? You say something, the right thing, and they try to set you up. Well, you guys ain't gonna set me up to be no fucking terrorist or nobody that was going crazy enough, because motherfuckers know me. I've been making videos. I'm out there. This is what's wrong with the media. You allow us to have that media frenzy feel, and then that's what happens. It's used against you. All I'm saying is, Trump's really ahead of Hillary, but they're making it seem Hillary's ahead, right? And bottom line, guys, Hillary's gonna be president, and this is what they mean by Obama's third term. Now that $400 million going over to Iran, saying that it was from 1979, that they owed them that money because some bad arms deal that went by, that they bought some things and they never purchased them, they never picked up, so they returned the money. All of a sudden, you have 4 hostages being released. Come on, guys, let's wake the fuck up. Judge Janine Pirro, you're awesome. Otherwise than that, peace to Dre Lewis. Hashtag come back to boxing, my friend. Peace to everybody, the YTBC, and my friends over at the LDBC. And my name is J.Cotto. This has been Late Night Boxing Talk. Thank you for joining my page. God bless. Stay vigilant.